Tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's Everything Agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and son Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's Everything Agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and company. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's Everything Agriculture. Agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and company alongside Yahsonn Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's Everything Agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and company alongside Yahsonn Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's Everything Agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with
Nah, hear nothing.
Banky.
You can hear me?
Yeah, no, I hear you now.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
on mute then. Okay, let me start over. All right. Good evening and welcome to the
wait,
Everything Agriculture Show.
wait, we live
And
already?
your son, you good? You can hear me? Your son. Your son. Your son. Son. Your son. Your son.
Yo,
You can hear me? You can hear me?
not barely, I barely hearing you now.
Barely. How is it?
Okay, I hearing you now.
Much better?
Okay, I hearing you.
Good to go now?
Yeah, it sounds so.
Difficulties, those who tune in already. So let me say, start over. Good evening for those who join us already, and I'm your host, Banky. I'm a co-host, Yahsonn Tafari, all in California. This evening, our guest, as you can see in studio with me, was Iyah. Came all the way from St. Kitts. He's a member of the Cannabis Board, the licensing authority, and we'll be having a discussion this evening on the way forward in the cannabis in the field of St. Kitts and Nevis. So let me say good evening. Names, it's important that we speak the names and call it so we can feel that vibration coming through our soul. So, which means land of fertile soil and beautiful waters. Let's say good evening to the folks over there in Antigua and Barbuda, the folks next in Montserrat, also the folks in this evening, also the folks in the other neighboring islands. You have Martinique, you have St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Barbados, you have also Jamaica and Bahamas, We have partner listening on Thursday. We had the minister Samuel Duggins. Thursday we had the minister Samuel Duggins along with one of the Mr. DeCasta, I think his name, Vice Chair Mr. DeCasta, and before Tuesday we had Ras Iyah, who was our guest on Tuesday on the topics and everything agriculture link up. So So as I said, the civil continue discussion, but before, let me finish out the folks all the way up in Boston, folks down to the Florida Keys, Atlanta, Chicago, long time to the Florida Keys, Atlanta, Chicago, long time I see Virgin Jetty Taylor, and the folks over in Costa Rica, where our students are studying, and wherever you're at to the south. Yahsonn, how you doing?
I'm giving some praises. It's a pleasure to be here on another edition of Everything Agriculture and looking forward to the discussion. That's Iyah, enough respect. Can't even continue to call you a guest. You have become like a normal co-host now, you know. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. On the last Tuesday of every month, the last Tuesday in the month, we team up with the topic, and the topic is specifically cannabis. Um, so we had as our guest last IUI, who is also a member of the cannabis board. And after that discussion, well, I was informed, I think the next day, um, the Minister of Agriculture would have been against was, I think, organized by the ECCB, and it had members of the region, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and a number of other territories. You would have had, police inspectors and a wide cross section of people who was a part of that discussion. I got in a bit late, and we did say since Tuesday that depending on the conversation that we would have, gotten from the and get into the discussion and follow up on some of the discussions and what we glean and see how we could dissect it. And so we also opted to call in Alan, our legal research mind, to kind of help us dissect and go through um, some of what we're going to go through this evening. Always an interesting, so it's always interesting to have the discussion and have someone that can help to add clarity, especially from some of the legal side and the research information and having information at hand to present. So we look forward to that engagement and that discussion as we get into the cannabis discussion.
Iyah, good evening. How are you doing? Welcome as usual. You're no guest, I must say. You're one of the hosts. Also, you're here every time we call upon you to fulfill your duties to give the information to the general public. What are you doing?
Thankful for this time and blessed to the family, Yahsonn, Alan, and Banky. Give thanks and all the listeners where you are in the diaspora and wherever you are connected with it. Everything agriculture. We're thankful for this time at this moment. It is showing that the industry is looking to impact at this moment going forward for licensing and giving the indication how the drive will carry out for the industry to strive in the region of St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider part of the Caribbean shore. So this is a fruitful time now we are able to see how we can foster and bring better relationship to our people in this industry.
Nice. Alan, how are you doing?
Me cool.
You look cold.
Well, as usual. Are you ready to go?
Your mic's on a bit low, Alan.
You're making me feel cold, boy. Trust me. All right. So, gentlemen, all week it's like always is cannabis week. We had IRI on Tuesday, and then you had the minister and one of the board member on Wednesday, and then Thursday had a discussion with EC Central Bank, a regional discussion on cannabis. So it's a full week of, like, this is cannabis week. So a lot was said. Yahsonn, how you find the discussion on the show? 'Cause you get piece of the show with the one online, but you get to listen to the one with Joe with on Freedom FM and stuff like that. How do you find that?
Well, one of the things that came out is the fact that they recognize that there is a need for more education and for someone, persons, whether from the organization, the board itself, ministry, to come to the public a bit more and share more information. That was one of the things that popped out. Um, the the 5 trees issue. I think that was something that was highlighted and was questioned and challenged, and an interesting response was given in regard to that, which is that the folk should petition if you think that there are issues that you addressed or that you would want the committee or the board to look into. Because one of the things that was highlighted is that at the end of the day, the board could only make recommendations to the minister, who would then take it to cabinet. So it is not the decisions is still not necessarily finally theirs. What they would do is seek to listen to the public and listen to get the feed on the ground, whatever necessary research they need to, and then seek um, those recommendations to the minister to take to cabinet. So some of those things were, the things that popped out, that jumped out as I listened.
Alan, you get a
In
chance to
terms of
listen?
the
Yeah, I did have an opportunity to listen it, but I did not learn much. The only learn is that they are going to try to start between May and June, and that they have some kind of deal with Southern University. That was all I was able to really glean. Everything else seemed like things that have been trod over.
Yes.
When they were discussing the laws, it seemed like they were confused about certain things. I was even looking up the 5 plants thing as we speak now, because the man was saying he thinks, and to his knowledge, is 5 trees per household. I don't feel like you're supposed to come in there and thinking and to your knowledge. And furthermore,
at this point,
because upon me phone, me I look for it. So it's not a
To be
position
concise.
where you got to get them print out or nothing. If you
Yes.
work your phone, you're supposed to be able to find it and not say what you think or what you know. So the things, as me say, what jump out to me was they said they want to get the ball rolling basically as I had tell us by summertime, and the Southern University circumstance, because he was speaking not just about producing cannabis like the dry herb, but he was talking about a variety of products, down to toothpaste and thing he talk about. So
Yes.
sound like something could happen. We're gonna see.
Yes. Iyah,
Yeah,
you did call in on the show at the same time.
one
And
of the things I would like to emphasize though is that we still have a lot of discrepancy when it comes to
for Iyah, but for those who tuning in and who don't know who is was Iyah, just wanted to know you're a member of the same.
Licensing Authority Board.
All right, good.
Within the aspect of what I in so much is not really categorized as how knowledgeable the program of herb or the information should share within the general public. Now, let me think back at something that the minister said. They say they have obligated international treaties. Even the member of the board make that same member. I will be frank from my view. We still need to take that international treaty and throw it in the garbage. Because if you're going into something that is generally as an industrial estate, why should you still have something being discarded within its own realms? Because if you're going to tell me that this is something that can bring a diversity within the economy, you cannot be denying people and telling people this is about 5 plants a household. It's very uncertain because remember you still have to know how the growth of a plant in itself will carry out. So I hope that we could get some movements with the public education so there can be some reflect back on some of these policies that are initially put in danger on our people. And I ain't saying this because it's just, that's I am saying it because we've seen it happening